Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is National Sports Lee here. Welcome back to a brand new video. As today, I'm going to do my Premier Eels versus St George Illawarra Dragons review of 2022 in round four. As the Premier Eels did get over the St George Illawarra Dragons here, 48 points to 14. As we go through here in the first couple minutes of the match here. So the Dragons here get on the second minute here, a line break here. It was basically Ben Hunt, getting through there between I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Moan there, trying trying to get through there for the St George Illawarra Dragons there, and then obviously 6 minutes in the match, Dylan Brown scores the first ever try, getting off from the step work there. From a couple of good decent runs there from Moses Sully, trying to get a line break there in the first couple of minutes, but Dylan Brown obviously getting that good run there in the 6 minute, again that the hop stepper, the good fancy stancy footwork to get himself the first ever try there at Combank Stadium, and then Mitchell Moses converts to make it 6-0 here at Combank Stadium, and then Reed Marnie in 8 minutes in kicks a 40-20, and then the Parramatta Eels gets another good attacking set there, as Jack Bird did put in a ruck, a fragment, and surprise, the Parramatta Eels didn't go for the two there. They had another set restart there. They're going for apparently a slow pill there from Reed Marnie there, and then obviously another a ruck, a fragment there for Will Petersini, and I believe we did have a chance there to at least score, I believe, off from the passer from Will Petersini to the go himself to score a try there on the 9th minute, and then obviously later on Mcculloch Raviala knocks on the ball there, trying to put the ball down, but obviously trying to place the ball over the Premier's try line there, but obviously knocks on the ball there, and obviously it goes off to Mitchell Moses for the kick bomb there, and then Dylan Brown knocks on the ball there for the Premier Eels, and then obviously it was a changeover there, for St George Illawarra Dragons there. Again, a couple of good runs there. Then obviously when we got to the 14th minute, it was a set restart there. And then Clinton Gutherson gets a line break there, going through the middle there. And then obviously Tom Ovechek knocks on the ball there. And then it was the Dragons' ball there. But obviously the Dragons didn't get that much ball there in the second half. And then obviously it went off with Dylan Brown there. Again, the line break there, and putting on a grubber there from Mitch Moses to win. Was it? Yeah, actually, it was for Mitch Moses to put in the grubber kick. So it was Dylan Brown who actually got the grubber for Mitch Moses to make it 10 points to nil in the 60th minute, and obviously he makes it 12-0 here at Combank Stadium, and then obviously a few minutes in the match here, it was back and forth at this point. The Premier Eels, were defensively pretty good, laying off, a couple, not really that much in defense. They actually are left through the Dragons there, other than Ben Hunt trying to at least get through there and try to give it to Blake Laurie or either Josh Kerr there, but I didn't really go that way. And then obviously the Dragons here had a captain's challenge here, successful here. Who was it off from? It was a Matthew. Oh yeah, a Matthew Fear guy. Trying to regain possession there, and a Matthew guy does regain possession there, as the captain's challenge was obviously successful, and then it was a crush tackle there from Francis Molo and Aaron Woods there onto Ryan Madison there on the 27th minute. And then obviously he was put on report, and another dangerous tackle there from Josh Kerr there on the 30th minute, and then Clint Gubson knocks on the ball there in the 31st minute, and then Dylan Brown puts on the bomb there, but then Ben Hunt gets a line break there, and then he gets it off to Jack Bird there. I think he puts on the grub. Or no, I think he got himself a line break there to put on the pass there onto Jack Bird there, and then Zach Lomax makes it 12.6, and then another error there from Benjamin Hunt, and then Mcculloch Rafaela gets the line break there for the St George Illawarra Dragons there, and then it was another penalty there for Mitchell Moses, and Zach Lomax makes it 8 points to 12 at half time there, and then in the second half, straight away there in the second half, it was a big kick from Mitchell Moses, and then Moses Mbai, I look at off off from the video ref there to make it as a knock on off from Moses Mbai, which I was actually kind of surprised that it was a knock on off there from Moses Mbai, and then he didn't place the ball in his in goal area, and then going off to Nathan Brown there to make it uh, to make it 16 points to 8 in the second half, and then Mitchell Moses converted to make it 18 points to 8. It was a penalty for a hold down there from Nathan Brown, and then an error off there from Mcculloch Raviala, and then Mitchell Moses puts on the kick bomb there from himself, and then the interchange there from Junior Polo off to Nathan Brown off from there, and then Mitchell Moses, he makes another line break there on the 50th, and then he puts on the sprint there off from himself, and then he goes on he puts on the grubber there onto the inside there in front of the in goal area, in front of the post to make it 22 points to 8, and then Mitch Moses converted to make it 24 points to 8, and then a long break there from Will Penasini to make it to give off to Clint Gubson on his inside there to make it 28 points to 8, and then Mitch Moses converted to make it 3 points to 8 as he gets another successful conversion there. He's been absolutely just amazing tonight, Mitch Moses, with his conversion there, and then an error here from Zach Lomax as the guy himself gets off to amazing try there off from the pass there to from Will Penasini there to make it 34 points to 8, and then we go off here from Mitchell Moses to convert yet another try here to make it 36 points to 8. Another successful conversion there from Mitchell Moses, and then we go on here from Sully, who makes an error there, and obviously a ruck infringement there from a Black Lorry there to make it a penalty there for the St George Illawarra Dragons there, and then the Premiers get a set restart there in the 62nd minute, and then it was on and on from interchange from there on from off of William Gregg. He was playing in the number 19 tonight. So sorry, I call his name Greg, and then coming on to replace Junior Paulo, and then Bryce Cartwright comes on to replace Isaiah Papali, and then Bailey Simonson knocks on the board there, and an interchange there for the Dragons for Telo Amon coming on for Josh Kerr, and then Jack Bird knocks on the board there to give the Premiers much more possession here. it was absolute uh, a bloodbath at this moment. And then the guy himself, once again, he gets another line break to make it 40 points to 8. He scores a try there. The guy himself gets a double there on the left corner side of the Dragons' defense there. And Mitchell Moses converts to make it 42 points to 8. And then off from that, they ticked off a bit there, and they let through Tarek Sims there to push himself over for a consolation try to make it 12 points to 14. And the game was pretty much over here, but it was not over there as Mitchell Moses gets a line break there. And my oh my, off from the pass, off from Bryce Cartwright, and then onto Bryce Cartwright making that NBA backflip. Sorry, the back flick onto Mitchell Moses was possibly one of the best ever tries I've ever seen in the 2022 NRL Telstra Premiership season of this year so far. Absolutely just one of the best ever tries so far in the season. Absolutely just one of the best. And then obviously the St George Illawarra Dragons had a couple of chances there to make it at least one more consolation try there, but at the end, it was full time here at Comeback Stadium. The Parramatta Eels put on an absolute flogging there onto the St George Illawarra Dragons there to make it 48 points to 14. And lads, let's go through the players' ratings as I will give Clint Gutherson let's give him an actual 8 out of 10. I think he was absolutely just amazing as a captain, and obviously he's been saving. He's been saying for the last couple of weeks that the Premier Eels should be playing like on how we did against the Melbourne Storm last week. Mo Zembai, I will give him. Oh, Mo Zembai was playing fullback. What the fuck? Really? No way. Well, so I'll give Moses Mbai a 3 out of 10. He was absolutely just a terrible at fullback in my opinion. Wonder Blake, the guy himself, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. He was absolutely just improving well on his defense. Actually, no, you know what? I'll give him a 9 out of 10. The guy himself, I think he was absolutely just amazing tonight. He did everything right. His defense improved on what he did in over the last couple of weeks, and a lot of people have criticized him being on the wing, being like average. I just like myself. I just like myself. And then Matthew Guy, I'll give him about like 5. I reckon he wasn't too bad on the wing for them, but overall, he was alright. I reckon he tried, but not by that much. We'll put Asini in the centres there. I will give him an actual 8 out of 10. I think he was absolutely just amazing with some support play there in the centres with the guy himself, and obviously I setting up some tries there for King Guffo, and obviously for the rest there as well. Mostly, I reckon he was possibly one of the best ever Dragons players I've ever seen tonight, and I'll possibly give him, let's say, I will give mostly a possible 7 out of 10. So yeah, moving on to the other centre, I'll give Tom Obchik. I don't reckon Tom Obchik wasn't the best tonight, so I'll give him at least, I was giving him about like a 5.5 out of 10. I reckon, he wasn't bad, but obviously he got a few crucial areas a bit, but not by that much. But I reckon he wasn't that bad, but overall didn't do that much, to be honest. And yeah, just above average for me, Tom Obchik. And obviously for Zach Lomax, I'll give him a 4 out of 10. I don't reckon uh, he was the best tonight, and he got one good tackle and that one good contact there in the first half. But other than that, he was pretty terrible. So I'll actually possibly give him as a thing that right now, I'll actually give Zach Lomax a 3. To be honest, I think it wasn't the best. Bailey Simonson on the wing. Simonson wasn't that bad actually. I reckon he's improved much more better, but he did uh, leak out a couple of space there, in the beginning of the match there. So until that, I will give him a possible 6.5 out of 10. I reckon, yeah, I reckon that's the rightful rating for Bailey Simonson. On the wing, on the other winger, Mikaeli Raviala, I will give him, yeah, Raviala wasn't the best tonight. I'll actually give him a 3 out. I'll actually give him a 5 out of 10. Yeah, wasn't the best tonight, but yeah, didn't do it. He got he got a couple of chances there, but obviously, other than that, didn't do the best. To everyone's e- expectations to what I believe there as well. All right, moving down to the 5'8" now. So Dylan Brown, I'll give him a 9 out of 10. I think his running game was absolutely just amazing. It was similar to how Mitchell Moses was, which I'll, I'll get to Moses in a sec. Which, yeah, I reckon Dylan Brown for me was absolutely just amazing, especially with his support play there and a couple of tries there. Again, getting some good line breaks there in the middle there for himself. For his running game there, and yeah, I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Moving on to Jack Bird playing the 5'8". I'll give Jack Bird a possible. I don't reckon Jack Bird wasn't bad. He got a couple of errors in this and that. You know what? I reckon Jack Bird possibly deserves like a 6 out of 10. So yeah, I reckon Jack Bird wasn't bad tonight. Mitch Moses, you know what? I'm going to say Mitch Moses, 10 out of 10 tonight. Absolutely just perfect here from Mitch Moses. I think this is one of the best ever performances I've ever seen from Mitch Moses in quite a while. And I'll give Mitch Moses a 10 out of 10 here at Combank Stadium. And obviously Benjamin Hunt, I reckon he wasn't bad. I reckon he was the best Dragons player for tonight. But I will give him a possible 7.5 out of 10 for Benjamin Hunt for me. I reckon Campbell Gillard, I reckon he wasn't bad. To be honest, he got a couple of good runs, but other than that, I reckon it was fine. So I give I reckon Campbell Gillard a 7 out of 10 for me. Francis Molo, I reckon a bit poor with his discipline tonight, especially with with the high tackle of Ryan Madison there. I just reckon that um, that he got he got a couple of good run minutes there for them in the middle there for Francis Molo, and yeah, I'll give Francis Molo a possible. I'll give him a. Let's go with a 6 out of 10. I reckon it wasn't that bad, but yeah. Rimani, I think it was absolutely just a fantastic tonight with his performance there for the mighty Parramatta Eels there, and I'll give Rimani there for let's say an 8 out of 10. I think it was absolutely just fantastic. Nothing wrong with him. And moving on to Andrew McCulloch there, I'll give Andrew McCulloch. He was pretty quiet to be honest. Andrew McCulloch didn't did little tiny bits in here and that, but other than that, didn't do that much. So he didn't do that much. So I'll give him a 2 out of 10. In my opinion. So Junior Paulo. Junior Paulo. He was alright. I didn't really. I noticed June Polo that much, so I'll give him possible. But he did get a couple of good offloads there for us, so I'll give June Polo a 7 out of 10. Moving on to Blake Laurie, I reckon uh, a Blake a Blake Laurie wasn't bad, but I will give him a 6 out of 10. Depending, like he wasn't bad, but didn't show that much to be honest. I mean, actually, no, I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. And yeah, how long have we been? How long have we been recording for here? Uh, we've been recording on for 20 minutes. All right, let's get this done here. Okay, so second row here, Isaiah Papali'i, obviously he was pretty good there. For his running meters there, and obviously he gets there to at least score at least a couple tries there for us. And sorry, so no a couple of tries there. Obviously he got a couple of run meters there for us. On the right hand side for us, and guys, the right ML of field position there in the second half. And yeah, I'll give Jose Papali'i. Let's go with a 7 out of 10 in my opinion. So yes, 7 out of 10 for me for Jose Papali'i. Jack Ajo Ajo Ajojeski there. Sorry if I pronounce his last name wrong there. So I'll give Ajojeski. Let's give him a 5 out of 10. I reckon he was a bit poor with his discipline. His attack, um, he didn't do really fuck all in attack in the right hand edge there against us. So in the first half, so yeah, I'll give him a 5 out of 10 for me. But yeah, moving on to Ryan Madison. I think Madison was actually pretty good tonight, so I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I reckon he was pretty good there. I guess a couple of Ryan Miz for us there. And yeah, I'll give Ryan Madison a 7 out of 10. Tarek Sims, I reckon he wasn't. He was alright. So I'll give him. Let's go with a 5.5 out of 10. Actually, no, I'll give him a 6 out of 10 since he got a try there. So yeah, he got a constant try there for the St George Illawarra Dragons there. Moving on to Nathan Brown now. Nathan Brown for me was absolutely just decent. He was absolute machine out there. So I'll give him. I'll actually give Nathan Brown an 8 out of 10. I think he was an absolute machine there tonight. So yeah, way too good there for Nathan Brown. And Nathan Brown did actually score a try off from there from Mitchell Moses' kick there. It was a bit lucky to be honest, but he does get his first ever try uh, opening his account in 2022. So Nathan Brown 8 out of 10. Jack DeBellin. Gotta be honest, bro. I didn't really notice Jack DeBellin that much in the match, so I'll give him a 2 out of 10. I reckon he was a ghost out there tonight, in my opinion. So yeah, Jack DeBellin, give him 2 out of 10. Let's move on to the bench there. Okay, so the utility player Makahesi Makatoa. In my opinion, I reckon Makahesi Makatoa deserves possible. I didn't really he didn't really play much to be honest. Makahesi Makatoa, so I'll give him about like 5 out of 10 in my opinion. So yeah, didn't really give him that much ball to be honest to really judge by his performance, but yeah, I'll give him 5 out of 10. Why not? Um, I'll tell you, Amon. I will give him a possible 6 out of 10. I reckon he got a line break there. I've seen it from the stats here. Let's see from the stats. So, I I tell you, Amon got about like let's see here. He got about like let's see the line breaks here. Line breaks. He got about how many line breaks did he get? How many line breaks? So he got how many line breaks? No, see line breaks. Where is the line breaks here in the app? On the website. Where's the line breaks? Oh, here we go. So Moan, oh yeah, he got no line breaks there. So yeah, you know what? I'll move it down to a 5 out of 10 there for myself. Sorry, for I tell you, a moan. And on to Bryce Cartwright, setting up the NBA backflip pass. My man, Bryce Cartwright, hitting up in here, and yeah, I think Bryce Cartwright for me, will get an 8 out of 10. Oh, actually, no, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10 just because he threw that backflip NBA pass there onto Mitchell Moses, and surely that they will get the Yui try of the week there, and yeah, just Kerr for me. I think he was pretty shit tonight, to be honest. I just Kerr, but he wasn't that bad with a couple runs, you know. But other than that, overall, not the best. Josh Kerr, I think, was pretty shit. So I'll give him about like let's give him a 1.5 out of 10 in my opinion. Uh, Organ Confusi, I'll give Olga Kafuzi a 6 out of 10. I reckon he was pretty decent tonight. Actually, no, I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, I reckon Kafuzi was pretty decent. Decent tonight. Jackson Ford. I did not know, did not. I noticed him that much. So for that, I'm going to give him a 1 out of 10. William Gregg. For me, didn't do that much to be honest, Greg. But I'll give him about like maybe since he didn't he didn't do that much. I will possibly give him about like let's say a 4 out of 10. I reckon he didn't do that much. You know, didn't get that much ball there, but nah, yeah. Uh, Aaron Woods. I reckon he wasn't bad. Woods tonight, Woodsy. But he did get involved with a tackle there, the crush tackle there, with Francis Molo there on the 20th 9 minute was let me go back there. Was it? What was it? Dangerous tackle. Where is it on again? No, it wasn't there. It was. What was it? What was it? Where was it? Where is it again? Hang on for a sec, lads. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Mazembai. Where is it? Blake Laurie. It was. I never mind. I never mind. So anyways, lads. Overall, our performance wise, yeah, I'll give Aaron Woods a possible so not possible. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 there. Okay, so lads, overall overall our performance here from the Premier Eels themselves. I'll give this team a 9 out of 10. I think they'll absolutely just are brilliant there. Turning off a bit there in the last 10 minutes, which wasn't bad. But for the St George St George Illawarra Dragons, I'll give them a 5 out of 10. I reckon they were pretty poor tonight with the defense obviously getting the 2 tries there off from Benjamin Hunt. So yeah. Overall, lads, if we can play like this, I just like how Gufson said before, we need to play like we did against the Melbourne Storm, and I show that tonight against the St George I Dragons there. So yeah. But lads, if you have enjoyed this review, please give it a like and thumbs up to this channel, and I hope you enjoy for more low content coming your way in the near future. And yeah, moving on to Easter Monday next week, on to the West Tigers. And lads, an absolute fantastic performance, a much well improved defense, and yeah, man, a halves comparing, it was kind of like how it reminds me on how we did in the Trolls. But other than that, lads, this has been National Sports. This has been a National Sports Lawyer here. Take care and good night.
I'm coming in hot.